Welcome to the mailbag today. Some components that I ordered as part of my ongoing series exploring LED displays. As I've been learning things, I decided to pick up a few other items to continue on my learning journey in that area, and I hope that maybe some of them will show up in some of the episodes that I film. Let's start first with an Amazon package. And I'm hoping it just has one thing in here. Sometimes I mix up things from both. Oh, it has two. Alright, but they're both electronics things. That's good. Alright, so this is the package that's for the LED displays. So you can see it's a 4-digit 7-segment. I bought pretty cheap ones, so I am a little wondering if all these are actually going to work or not. Yeah, it looks like this. I got a couple headers here, so I guess I put the headers on myself. So let's just take a look. On each of these, I think there's a total of 5, and each of them's in a separate color, which I liked. They were pretty cheap. But the reason why I wanted to pick up ones was I didn't have this driver chip in any of my LED displays. Most of mine were from Adafruit, and I know those are, yeah, they're pretty pricey. I guess now as I've gone along, I've started to invest in items from places like Adafruit and the Pie Shop and Pimoroni, rather than buying, things from AliExpress and Amazon. But occasionally it's nice to have some of those items, because I think more people tend to invest in these because it looks significantly cheaper. I mean, I got 5 for less than the cost of 1 from Adafruit, although my guess is the Adafruit one will last me a lot longer, and it came with a great library and support and so forth, so there's something to be said for that. This one uses the TM1637 driver chip here, and I thought my LED series wouldn't be very complete if I didn't demonstrate or show how to use one of these 4-digit LED displays with that driver chip, because that seems to be pretty common. So, and as usual with Amazon, you can't just buy one of these for a reasonable price. You end up having to buy 5, and then they end up being only a couple bucks each. But not sure I need 5, but I did like that they came in different colors. Each one's a different color, although it's not identified. You can see the colors listed back here. There's no check mark in any of these boxes, so I guess I have to try all of them to figure out the different colors. And maybe I'll figure out from the writing on the side, perhaps the coloring as well. So that's the reason why I picked this up. I said I've been starting to avoid buying things, electronic things from those places, because I don't usually need 5 of something, and I'd rather have one thing that's in really good shape. But when I first started, I tended to buy a lot of the cheaper items just to get started, so I'm not complaining about that or shaming anyone for buying those things. I did the same thing, but now that my laboratory is starting to have most of the things I need, now I'm being maybe a little more picky about what I do add to it these days. And I like supporting those companies. The other one that I had on my to-do list that I hadn't seen really anywhere else was, this is for Arduino, and I don't do a lot of videos on Arduino. I don't find myself as driven to do things on Arduino, but I do enjoy it. And I saw this shield for the Arduino. For those who use Raspberry Pis, it's like a hat for your Arduino. Same concept. Oh, it looks like I can pull this one. Yeah, that works. And it's I thought it'd be fun because, again, I feel like I'm kind of a beginner at Arduino sometimes, But I was also attracted to it because it had a built-in 7-segment display. So it's kind of like a board that we can try a lot of things out with. I'm going to break in here because I took another look at this board to make sure I understood what features it has and what features require additional modules to. So some of the things that are printed on here I think need additional modules. So I just thought I'd start over again and discuss what I can see on it. So High Let Go is the manufacturer. As clearly it has 3 user buttons here that we can use as switches. It also has a potentiometer here that you can adjust with a small screwdriver. So that wouldn't have been my first choice of what to put on there, but still, nonetheless, it's there. A little speaker here, and I'm pretty sure this can. These pins here are for servos. Now this is where you'll see the quality that sometimes you get. Yeah, that. I think I could solder better than that, but it didn't get them down. And this one is also a little crooked, but looks like it'll work, hopefully. And then some of these pins are for interfaces to other modules that I think High Let Go makes. Then the 7-segment display, and these are 2 shift registers that they have connected up to this to operate it, and both of these are connected to operate it. So that'll be very interesting to see. I'm assuming there's going to be a library that we can grab, and to see how that library works will probably be interesting. So yeah, that's I think that's what it has. You can build in some other things. It talked about temperature and stuff, but I think you have to. I don't see that on here. And I'm not great at looking at electronic diagrams, but I didn't really see it in that either. But it doesn't mean I understood it completely. But it was pretty inexpensive, and as I said, this is I'm still pretty much a beginner at Arduino, so I thought this would just be nice to play around with some of the easy to use components with Arduino, and have them all in one nice little shield that we could plug into it. So I thought it'd be fun. And then I placed this order with DigiKey. So in my LED series, I included discussing resistor arrays, and I had one set of resistor arrays that I've been using. But there are multiple kinds, and when I started digging into it, I realized that I'd probably want some other kinds of resistor arrays. So I ordered just a few from DigiKey, and I couldn't find a kit. Let's see if I have my kit handy. I can show you what I was able to get before. Yeah, so here it is. I got this kit off of Amazon, probably last year, I think, because I used a resistor array in my advent calendar from Pi Hut, and I found this nice little kit. But this is one particular arrangement. You can see it has a nice range of resistance values. So I love this little kit, but there are times that this kind of a resistor array is not really possible to use. This works good with the bar graph or dip switches, things like that. But it won't work in every situation. And so I was watching a video by DroneBot Workshop, and he had resistor arrays that are in dual inline packages. So I'll just open up one of these. They're all the same thing. They're 3 different sets of resistor arrays at different resistance levels. So I bought a 220 ohm, a 470 ohm, and a 1K ohm. I think that'll work. So let's open up the 470. Yeah, they ended up being a couple bucks a piece, unfortunately. But I couldn't find a kit anywhere when I looked around. And I didn't want 100 of them. I only wanted maybe 4 or 5. So you can see it's a 16-pin dual inline package, and it's really simple. It's me put it up here so you can kind of take a look. But there's a resistor as you go from this pin. There's a resistor through here to this pin. So with 16 pins, I have 8 resistors in here. And so I could put this across the divide of a breadboard and use it just the way I would kind of the traditional resistor that we get in our beginning electronics kits. But this could take the place of 8 resistors, and a very compact way to put resistors in. And as I said, I couldn't find a kit, and so I just decided to pick up a few of these to have for that purpose. Yeah, so I'm really excited they came because I want to use them. I'm in the middle of making those videos, and I'm quite certain I want to use these in a couple videos. So this is fantastic. I don't know whether you'll see this mailbag before you see videos with it in there, but yeah, timing of these things doesn't always work out. But yeah, I'm real excited to get them. So I got a couple of each. That's probably plenty for my needs. I guess if I decide to solder up something and use these, then I'll pick up a few more. Yeah, so very excited. So that's what I had. A small mailbag today, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And as always, I want to thank you for watching.